basically, BlockDown Festival, it's the intersection of Web3 and culture. So music, sports, arts, entertainment, fashion.
Today I interview the founder of an awesome conference in Portugal called BlockDown and discuss just how unique this Web3 festival will be. Now my brother and I are speaking, so if you want to come support us just for you, use code ALTCOINDAILY50 for 50% off your ticket. And before we talk about speakers, before we talk about the music, the after parties, Erhan, what is the BlockDown Conference?
So first things first, you fell down at the first hurdle. It's not a conference, it's a festival, okay? So remember that. It's BlockDown Festival. It's the anti-conference, actually, and we'll talk about that concept in a minute. So firstly, I can't wait to have you guys join us in Portugal this summer. So actually, BlockDown has been around for this is actually our eighth event. So you're probably wondering, why is it called BlockDown, right? We all want the price to go up. Why is it called down? But we actually launched it during the lockdown period. So it was like a blockchain BlockDown. And my agency, EAK Digital, which is a Web3 PR marketing and events agency, we were organizing Istanbul Blockchain Week back in the 2019 for the 2020 edition. And obviously, we all know what happened in 2020. It was this awful pandemic, and we actually had to cancel the event, which really sucked. It was our first IRL event as an agency, and all of us, we had to pay all our sponsors back. Like the hotel was being really difficult with the money, and so I was kind of like left holding the bag. I was wondering, well, what should I do? We had a great lineup. We had the likes of like CZ, Charles Hoskinson, and it just went on and on. I was like, and we even had Akon. I think you guys might remember back in the day. And so we were just like, well, we can't just like let all this work go to the floor. And so I was just like, you know what, let's just do the first live ever virtual crypto conference. And this was literally the first live crypto conference. I was scrambling around, how do you do a live conference? I was asking some influencers that have done them before, and they honestly told me, like, don't do it live, just pre-record it, put it on StreamYard and say it's live. And I was like, no, we need to do this properly. We created a whole metaverse experience, a BlockDown Festival metaverse where people could dress up as their favorite, crypto characters or culture, like a Doge or a spacesuit, just to kind of keep that kind of happy vibe during the pandemic, because we were all like struggling every time we looked at the news. And we did it in April. We had like metaverse parties, metaverse boat parties, even. It was pretty incredible. Metaverse, roundtables. And then this just went on and on and on. And I think you might remember, you and I think some of your friends, influencer friends, were involved in some of the events. And, we had like I said, like CZ, Charles Hoskinson, Emin Gunn from Avalanche, Sergey Nazarov, like the list just went on and on. Akon, the mayor of Miami, and it was just crazy. And it was, honestly, for me, it was amazing because it really enabled me to take my mind off the pandemic. And so that's really key to our DNA of what BlockDown's about. And when obviously COVID disappeared, and we could actually bring the event to real life, we were like, okay, so how should we do this? Because we don't want to be another conference. Like we actually were bought. We're actually, our DNA, our core values is to have a good time, not just like be a bit boring, which a lot of these conferences are. And then me personally, I'm a nomad, so I've been going to events the last like 6 years, like just jumping from event to event. And I think we've met a few of them as well. And I got sick of the same old, like just there's a stage, there's exhibition. It's dry. And then so when the 2021 creator economy really started blowing up with NFTs and everything, I just said to me and my team, like, look, we need our events to evolve just like the space has, because otherwise these creatives that have come in are not going to want to come to the events. They might lose interest in the industry, especially in bear markets like this, where they go to events and they're just focused on the tech, or they're just focused on like the law or the regulations. It's kind of boring to like the average person or to a creative. And so BlockDown Festival was formed, and we brought it to life last year in Croatia, which was amazing. We had a very special resort that had like a different realm. So we had like a bullish beach club, a mystical forest. We had a fortress that overlooked the whole town. We did a big debate and then a party in. But basically, BlockDown Festival, it's the intersection of Web3 and culture. So music, sports, arts, entertainment, fashion. Who isn't interested in those things? And I think ultimately we need to have events like this in the industry that are also, easy for the kind of normie, shall we say, to come in and actually enjoy and actually get to grips with Web3 and tools and the tooling, whilst at the same time putting on an event that still brings like, serious projects, serious speakers, serious brands involved. And so we chose Portugal this year because, Portugal is a massive crypto hub. And it's happening in 6 weeks' time now, actually. So I'm really excited for it.
So established conference, Aaron and I are speaking there, we'll be there. This year, I know you guys are getting bigger and better than Croatia. What
Yeah.
specific events can my audience look forward to for those attending?
Yeah. So I mean, where do we begin? So let's start on the music side. So we have a Web3 music takeover stage happening in the Secret Garden, which we're bringing in 8 successful Web3 music artists who's going to come in, perform, and also speak, obviously, about how music's disrupting the industry. That's going to be awesome. You can have a beer, you can listen to, you can find new artists, you can find new talent, which I think is awesome. And we're also speaking to the likes of Sony Music as well as Warner Music Group about their involvement in this. And I think it's really important to have that because at conferences, especially crypto ones, it's an echo chamber, right? It's we all believe in it. Like we also need to bring in the other side, the Web2 guys. How are they going to adapt to this, and how does that challenge what we think? And so I think that's going to make really interesting debate. Also, if we move over to the fashion, we have a Metaverse Fashion Show, like actually a real life Metaverse Fashion Show with Metaverse inspired fashion models, fashion houses. We're going to have a catwalk on the main stage, which is going to be pretty cool, I think. And obviously, we'll be streaming that in the Metaverse too. We have this fashion AI hackathon. AI is obviously all the hype right now. And actually, our strategic partners are a Metaverse Fashion Council, and they've built this style AI. And you're like, well, what's that? And basically, you can prompt this AI live on stage, and it will create a fashion garment, obviously a digital fashion garment item behind you. And so we're going to have this like Americans Got Talent style judging with like some expert fashion judges from the Metaverse Fashion Council, and everyone can join in, by the way, and register for that and watch. And there's going to be a competition involved, so that's cool. Obviously, we've got the usual, keynotes and speakers and things of that nature. But as it's a festival, you don't need if you don't feel like it, you don't need to do that. There's plenty of other things going on. We're going to have music throughout the whole day. We're going to have live art throughout the whole day. Another thing is the NFT gallery. Most events, NFT galleries are just dead, right? They're just there, and you see it for 2 seconds. It's the same thing. Like we wanted to make it a collaborative space. So instead, our NFT gallery has like a lineup like you'd expect at a festival. So like you have a digital fashion designer for 1 or 2 hours. She or he will display their items. They'll be there. They'll do a Q&A. You get to meet the artist. What inspired them. How do we work together? And then every 2 hours, we'll swap it around. There'll be a new artist, whether it's fashion or art or whatever it might be. And so basically, people will always come back to that immersive space. And I think that's a really much better vibe than just like, here's a random NFT that stays static and the artist's not even there for 2 hours. And then look, on top of that we chose the Algarve. A lot of events in Portugal is in Lisbon, but we chose the Algarve because it's very, very beautiful. We always love doing BlockDown in beautiful places. We want to feel like people are on holiday. We want people to let their guard down. We want people to have a good time. It's like laid back networking, but where everyone around you is a potential business partner. And so we have a Bored Ape Yacht Party heading out on the first day, which is epic. It's going to be the first ever European Bored Ape Yacht Party. So really excited to bring that community in, obviously, to the event.
Do I need to own a Bored Ape to attend?
No.
I'll be there.
You don't. No, you don't, which is good. The Bored Ape people can, have a better experience perhaps, but like still, the Bored Apes are doing 2 parties. They're doing a closing party, which is for absolutely everyone. And then for the yacht, obviously we're kind of limited on numbers. So we'll just need to see how many we can get on board, but we could do our best. We have cave tours. We have barbecue on the beach, which is going to be really fun. Obviously we have a private beach for that. And then, we're going to have gaming tournaments, Web3 gaming tournaments as well. And basically we've chose this venue, which is the largest outdoor entertainment space in Portugal, period. And basically it's a nightclub, but 80% of it is outside. And so we're able to bring to life different areas based on the different themes. And, you're basically going to feel like, you're a real life festival, but everyone there is into crypto. And, that sounds pretty awesome to me.
Dude, this truly does sound more of like a festival vibe than a conference, which is pretty cool. How can my audience get involved? There's a coupon code. I won't let you come on the channel without some sort of coupon code for the audience.
Yeah. So look, firstly, as a Web3 festival, we want to collaborate with really cool creative people, creative minds, creative artists. So anyone who's listening to this that is an artist, a musician, a fashion designer, a gamer, it could be anything that has any idea about how we can make the event even better, even bigger, even more exciting, especially interactive. That's what we want. We want people to be able to do things, not just one-way interaction. Then get in touch with us. Contact@blockdownconf.com is our email address. And for your viewers, Austin, we have a special 50% off Altcoin Daily discount code. So that's Altcoin Daily 50. If you go to our website on Eventbrite, just hit Altcoin Daily 50. That'll give you 50% off all the ticket types. And we'd love to see you guys there. And I believe that you'll be doing a giveaway on your Twitter handle. So if you give that a retweet and a like, then I think they got a chance to win free tickets too.
So a few lucky people will get free tickets. Everybody else, we got the discount code. Dude, there's so much more we could get into. Let's just do like final thoughts, because I want to leave it up to the audience to check out for themselves, but just final thoughts on this festival.
Final thoughts. Well, something I just didn't mention is that the big brands that we have coming. So I'm just wanted to just touch on that. So we have McLaren Formula One Racing, which is, they did an NFT drop recently and they've been exploring the metaverse. And I think that's really interesting to have them there. We have PSG, which is Paris Saint-Germain, one of the largest soccer clubs, head of Web3 and metaverse, coming in and doing a keynote speech. We have a ton of big fashion brands. One of them is called Black Paris, who's coming, a luxury fashion brand who's done lots in Web3. And I think it's really important to get their input into what's happening. At the end of the day, these layer ones, these metaverse, these NFT projects, they all want to work with brands right now, because that's where the uses are, especially in this bear market. And so we actually, made a big effort to bring those brands in, and there'll be more too. But make no mistake, we're a Web3 festival. You know me, I've been around the space for a long time. That's where my heart lies. But at the same time, I think it's important to hear both sides and get them involved. And so, final thoughts on the festival. Look, we know it's a bear market. We know it's tough for everyone right now, us included. But ultimately, the work that we do together now, the relationships that we can form now at events like BlockDown Festival can make a huge difference, like when the bull market's back. So let's go to BlockDown. Let's have fun together. Let's build together and try and experience something, a crypto event or a Web3 event that you haven't experienced before. And you can meet me and Austin there.